Hey, I'm Daniel, and I'm going to share a story where God answered a desperate plea I made in my bedroom. I started dating my girlfriend, who is now my wife, our freshman year of college. And right out of college, I was so ready to get married, but I was so broke. There was a number of things that were not going in my favor at the time. I didn't have a well-paid job lined up. I didn't know the first thing about personal finances, and I was just broke. I didn't have any money. However, I was really motivated at the time to do whatever I needed to do to be able to raise enough money to pay for a wedding, to buy an engagement ring, and to live in a house. Luckily, I found a job not too long after I graduated from college, working as a contractor for Google. However, it wasn't paying very well, and I wasn't able to save much of the money I earned because we just love to eat out so much. Like, anyone who knows us knows that my wife and I, love BP, Boiling Point. If you don't know what that is, it's like hot pot, and basically that just ate up all our money. But I have another story on that. I'll talk about that. I can talk about that in a different video. Because I was so motivated to make so much money and find ways to, you know, pay for the wedding, I spent hours and hours on it, just watching YouTube videos, investment advice on YouTube, and just different business ideas that I could possibly do to be able to make money. You might know what I'm talking about. I went on a long rabbit hole of videos where I learn how to do real estate investing. I don't know, Bitcoin, stocks, starting an e-commerce website, drop shipping, print on demand, selling products on Amazon from China, you name it. I thought I knew it all, and I thought from this knowledge I could definitely get rich. I tried several different business ventures, but ultimately they all ended up in failure, and I lost more money than I put into it. I was so desperate, man. After working at my job for 2 years or so, I decided that just $30,000 a year is not going to cut it for me. I need to find a new job. A little into 2020, when the pandemic was actually starting to hit the US, I started looking for jobs, and I landed an interview, which, if I got it, I would 2x my current income and could potentially pay for everything all the things that I wanted. However, when I got to the last stage of the interview, they actually told me that they had to close the job position because of lack of funding due to the pandemic. I was so dejected and I felt so hopeless. I bought these courses that these YouTube gurus were advertising that would change my life, but didn't. I couldn't even land a job because of the pandemic, and I hadn't saved enough money to even pay for an engagement ring. So I ended up just kneeling in my room, and I just wept at one point because I just felt so lost, I guess, yeah, so hopeless, and nothing I did seemed to be working. And I spent 2 years of my life just chasing dreams and promises that ended up nowhere. In that moment, I finally went to God and I prayed. Like, God, I feel so hopeless. I I want to get married so badly, but I can't do this. Like, if this is what you want me to do, if you want me to get married, you're going to have to make this happen for me, because I don't know what to do at this point. About a couple months later, after I prayed, I get a call from that same company that actually said that the job closed, and they said, "Hey, we're actually opening the position again, and if you would like to, just let us know if you want this job. Just say yes, and we'll hire you." Praise God. He answered my desperate plea in the most unexpected way possible. Long story short, I took the job, and I was able to save enough money and pay for the wedding, engagement ring. Man, I was able to get married because of that job and the money I was able to save from it ultimately. And man, it just, God comes through. And that's it. I hope that was encouraging for you, and at the least reminds you that God really does listen to our prayers. All right, well, I'll see you in the next video.